first of all, these are two different skills that you're talking about here. You're talking about getting ornaments light enough, and then you're talking about getting ornaments quick enough. So let's start by dealing with getting ornaments light enough. In other words, when you are working on ornamentation, you really want the ornament part to be slightly quieter, slightly lighter than the main melody, because we're using the ornament to decorate the main melody. We don't want it to overpower the melody. We want the melody to come through clear and the ornament to be something that we have put on top of the melody that is decorating it. So we don't want it to be louder than the melody. We don't want it to be stronger than the melody. Let's say I'm in G major. Let's just say we're practicing a 3-note run. Okay? An ornament called a 3-note run, where we're just placing 3 fingers. We're ornamenting the note G for George, but we're playing the A, the B and A as ornaments down to that G. So let's say the melody maybe plays. Okay, nice and easy. Can you all hear my harp? Yeah, fab. So here's the melody, and here's the melody with that ornament. Okay, you guys hopefully should hear that. We can still really clearly hear that G at the end, even when I ornament it. You almost hear like a little tinkle, I guess, before the main melody note, and it really is an ornament. The way to get the notes very light before our main melody note is working on finger independence. And a really great way of doing this, is a number of different ways to work on finger independence, but here we're talking about how much strength we're putting behind the finger, if you like, because we want the finger to be light. And so we're back to our age-old excellent exercise of individual fingers with dynamics. Okay, because that helps us to control the strength that goes behind our finger. So my ornament is B, A, and then my melody note is G. So I'm going to play these 3 in a row, and I'm going to put the emphasis on the G at the end. So I'm going quiet, quiet, loud. And I'm playing it very slowly because I don't want to work on how strong I'm playing the ornaments and how fast I'm playing the ornaments at the same time. I want to work on 2 skills separately, so I'm being really effective with my practice. So here's my 3 notes. I'm going to go quiet, quiet, strong. And then, so that I can really work on my finger independence, I'm going to mix it up. So even though this G note is my main melody note, I'm now going to make the 2 the loudest note. And then I'm going to make the thumb the loudest note. 3 blind mice. And then I'm going to mix it up, so I'll play it 3 times. Okay. And that's me working on the strength behind my fingers, my finger independence, and being able to have my fingers light. Now, this is a very brief look at this. But like I say, there's a full course on this in the How to Harp membership, and it goes through even more exercises. But just to give you something to take away from today. The next thing that we're working on is speed. Now, it's not just about speed. It's actually about rhythm and getting the notes in even rhythm. Because what we don't want is something along the lines of... Or maybe you do want that, but if that's what you want it to be happening purposefully. I'm going to grab my cup of tea. Thank you so much. You want it to be happening purposefully and not just because your fingers are slipping off, right? So if you want this to happen, and then this, then that's great. But if you want them to be even, then that's what you're getting, okay? You want to be able to control, in other words, the rhythm and the speed of your fingers. And the way to do this is to mix up the rhythms. So actually, the metronome course does quite a lot of mixing up of rhythms, and so does the rolled chords course. And the rolled chords course really is all about evenly spacing the fingers so that you can roll the chords. And arguably, an ornament like this is a rolled chord, but you are adapting the strength behind each finger. Okay, because if I roll these notes, okay, they've got even strength. If I make it an ornament, it feels the same. They're even spacing, but it's the emphasis that I'm putting behind the fingers. I hope that makes sense. So again, let's take this little group of 3 as an example. I'll probably put a metronome on and I'll play it like this. And now I'm not, by the way, now I'm not working on how strong I'm playing the fingers. I'm going to play them evenly because now I'm working on the speed. Yeah, so I played 3 different rhythms. I played them all even. I played I can't remember what order I did them in, but I think I played fast and slow. And then I played slow, then fast. And working through like this will help me get control over the speed and the rhythm of the notes that I'm playing. Okay? And then, and only then, you can start, you can start working on them both. Okay, so you then amalgamate the 2 exercises and you do exactly what you've just done, except you do the rhythms and you would do the first rhythm, the da, da, da. Shouldn't try and sing just now, but you do that rhythm and you'd make the 1 the loudest finger and then the 2 the loudest finger and then the 3. So you'd have it 3 times. And then you'd do the second rhythm. And the first time you'd play it, oh, and then you'd play it. It's quite hard, it's good. And then the third time. Okay, and then you're gonna do the long rhythm, so you get, and then you get, and then you get. Okay, so you're then essentially making the little exercise that we played into an exercise where you play each rhythm 3 times, so you're accenting the different fingers on every one of the rhythms.